anyone that you do business with like that would be able to say like you aren't a shitty person, that you
100%. Thing is, these people aren't really public people, but
yeah
I mean, I'm sure for me they'll do it because I've been such a stand-up guy. I'm the
yeah
person I say I'm when I say I'm going to do things, I do it. So
that's I was just interested in that. Also, I have a question. What's your credit score?
that's a very personal question.
Bro, is it in the 800s, 700s, 200s? Let me know.
I 7.
Okay. Listen, I thought we were close, so I thought I could ask that. That's my bad, dude. I thought we were besties. They want to know how.
I should be asking you those fucking things. The reason why I'm not is I already have your fucking social. So.
Little did y'all know we've been doing business this whole time. Somebody said, Jordan, what's your social?
Are you guys ready? 514.
Write it down.
3526.
Okay, they said, how did you get into the car rental business?
Started off with 4 cars and just expanded it from there. Really, nothing too expensive. I mean, they're decent cars, but I started off with 4 cars. I put low down payments on them, as low as I physically could, to get approval. And I started off small, doing like Facebook, Instagram, and all that in terms of
Craigslist.
Just
making sure.
Craigslist. That's a little before my time, unfortunately.
They say that you did it on Craigslist.
My father did.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So this one is very specific. What does your score have to be to get a 8.99% interest rate on a Corvette?
I mean, I'll give you a ballpark. I'm no fucking dealer. I don't know why I'm getting questions like this. Like,
just on a Corvette specifically. They just really want to know about a Corvette.
I feel like anything above 740 should get you that.
Okay. That sounds like a high 700. Interesting. That's a very interesting detail. Just wondering. Why did Itai hit your dad? That's what they said.
That's a good question. So what Itai's goal here was basically come here, try to force himself into the house, take the keys to the cars that we're both 50-50 partners on. He's trying to claim these are his cars. They're not his cars. And I could disprove that by the simple phone call I got today from our mutual friend, where he's like, hey, tell Jordan I'm going to give him the car back, but he has to drop the charges on me.
Oh. Interesting.
Hey, could you do me a favor, Zach? Can you have text Vale and say, could you please send me that video that Jordan took of Eli?
Yeah, so we haven't been able to find the court case yet that he was charged with assault. I tried to look it up. I tried to get a couple people to look, but he is, yeah.
People find that though.
Okay, well, maybe we're just looking in the wrong spot, but so he is, as far as you know, he is charged with assault on your dad.
100%.
Okay, and so what? Kind of walk me through what happened that day, because was this before? No, was this the night that y'all were supposed to fight Bree and them or whatever was going on there, or was that a different night?
Wait, what do you mean?
So the night that like Vale and everybody kept going out, yeah.
No,
that was a different. Okay, so walk me through what happened that night.
Why was
jump out of what window? Y'all be just saying. I don't. Anyways, okay, what happened that Itai came over that day?
Which day was it?
When he hit your dad, or just start from whatever point you want to start with on when this arguing back and forth started and what led to the assault.
Sure. I mean, I'll start off from the beginning, and I'm going to be very candid. I'm going to say where I was wrong, okay? And this is where I was wrong. So the first day he came was actually the day before. So not the day before, 2 days before technically, okay? So he came 2 days before at midnight, like a little before midnight. I had a buddy from Dubai. He does some financial teachings, I guess you could say. And he's pretty big on social media. I don't want to really disclose who it is, but he's a good friend who rents for me every time he's in town. He basically came here. He was doing a seminar in the house, and he was staying here. He had a few of his students stay with him. And basically, he was here renting the house out. He paid me a little bit, and he was basically just doing his whole seminar thing, right? Itai decides to come in at midnight or 1 a.m. unannounced. I don't know why. The guy never comes to the house. He doesn't live there anymore. But he comes in, and he walks in. He's like, well, who the fuck are all these people? And they're like, yeah, like Jordan's my boy, and he knows one of the guys, the main guy. He knows him because that guy's rented cars out from us, so he knew who he was. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh well, Jordan let us stay here. We paid to have house for a couple nights." Itai blows up, starts cussing him out. This is my house. Goes on a total power trip, like total power trip, rather than just calling me and asking, right? So this is where I fucked up. I should have realistically told him like, hey, someone's renting the house out because his name is on the lease. Okay, so that's where I fucked up. I should have let him know. But why I didn't and why I didn't feel inclined to do so, if I'm being 100% honest with you, is because the guy, first off, hasn't been here for 2 months. How's it fair that I'm dealing with all the bullshit? I'm dealing with everything that goes wrong, dealing with everyone's little issues. But when it comes time to making money and making the money to pay the rent, he's all of a sudden here and he's here to collect the money. How's that work? That's why I felt like I didn't really need to tell him. I was gonna tell him regardless. He knew we were staying at Yurine's house. He knew we weren't staying at the house. So, you know, I don't know what the fuck the issue was. But anyway, long story short, I fucked up. I should have told him realistically. That's where I fucked up. But he blew up without even calling me. Out of nowhere, he just calls me, blowing up, cussing me out as soon as I answer the phone. And I was like, listen, bro, relax. You're scaring the guests. This is my buddy. Don't fucking act like that. He starts saying some really personal shit over the phone in front of these people. I'm like, listen, man, you're embarrassing the both of us. I'm going to be there in 20 minutes. So I jet over there. I guess as I'm going there, he's on the balcony of the gym, which is connected to my dad's room. And he sees my little brother on the room. So he kind of peeks. I believe him on this part of the story. He was kind of peeking out of curiosity because I guess that guy told him that no one else was in the house. So he's like, what the fuck is that person doing in the room when he sees my little brother? He kind of peeks through. Hear me?
Yep, we can now.
Sorry, I got a phone call. I didn't know if you
No,
heard
that's
me.
okay.
So he peeks through the room and he's like, the fuck? So as he's doing that, my dad thinks he's like giving my dad a dirty look because I called my dad, letting him know, hey, listen, man, like Itai's tripping. He's like yelling at all these guests. Like, could you please make sure like nothing's wrong? He's like making this a big deal. So my dad already was under the impression that Itai's just coming out of nowhere and being a total prick. So my dad kind of opens the door and is like, what the fuck are you doing? And Itai's response was, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck are you doing? This is my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Just like that. Dad's like, yo, what the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to like that? First of all, this isn't just your house. This is your and Jordan's house. So what the fuck are you talking about? Number two, who the fuck do you think you are at midnight coming and peeking into my room? He told me then like his intention wasn't to give my dad a dirty look, and he was just looking because he genuinely thought no one was home, and it took him by surprise. So I believe him on that. Anyway, long story short, I ended up coming. He was screaming the second I arrived, really getting like loud. His own girlfriend and best friend Mocha were telling him to chill out. Hey man, listen, you're being unreasonable. Relax, relax, relax. He told them to shut the fuck up and get the fuck away from him. And it got to a point where I got in his face. I really got in his face, and I said, Itai, respectfully, shut the fuck up. We could go outside. We could go in the movie room. Let's talk about this privately. There's guests hanging from the balcony watching our conflict right now. This is just really bad. It's a bad look. In fact, it was so bad, one of the students who was a female, she ended up leaving because she was scared. That's how bad it was. Anyway. Guys, hear me? I got a phone call.
You better tell them that you're talking to your best friend and that they better quit fucking calling. I'm sick of this.
Anywho, so yeah, anyway, I calmed him down eventually. We went up to the fourth floor. We spoke. And we came to an understanding. I told him, hey, listen, man, this is how much was made. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you the cash. It's going straight to Danny anyway. That's why I didn't feel inclined to tell you. It's going to the rent. You're making me solely responsible for paying the rent this month. So I don't know why I have to tell you how I'm making money. But we could just give it to your brother. You saw the phone call, didn't you? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm a popular man. Anyway, so basically that's what happened. I told him, hey, the following day, I'm going to give your brother the cash, and we're going to give it straight to Danny. We're sending it to Danny. And the reason why I'm giving his brother the cash, by the way, is his brother's our accountant. He handles like all the finances and stuff. So anyway, that happens. The following day, I'm trying to think. I think it was a chill day. Nothing too bad happened. Oh no, I'm lying. Not a chill day at all. Yo, I'm really lying. Okay, so this is the phone call I played for you. Do you remember the phone call I played for you?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, next day comes along. There's this guy who me need to have as a business partner. He gave us a few cars, and we're doing really well for him, okay? I don't want to get into too much detail because this guy's a private person. I actually like him a lot.
Yes, they said that Itai's brother handles the finances. Sorry, I think that's an important detail. So, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, um, this guy who's been giving us a couple of his cars to rent out, who we've been absolutely smashing it for, on the third month, one of his cars got into an accident, had some cosmetic damage in the front. And that month, me and Itai ended up not paying him because that car wasn't making us any money. That's where we were wrong again. I just want to take accountability every time we're wrong. This guy basically got pissed, okay, and he kept calling us. Me and Itai were dodging his calls for a whole week. So what ends up happening is while Itai's in Thailand, this guy ends up putting me and Itai in a group chat and cussing my life out, not Itai's. He was chill with Itai, and I think this is a notable detail. I can't say this. I feel like if I say this, this is putting him on blast. But let's just say he's very close to Itai's family in a way. In fact, very close to a point where he's heavily financially tied to Itai's family. Itai called him his stepdad. Okay. This guy's taken Itai all over the world and paid for everything. He's a very wealthy person. Anyway, without giving away too many details on who it is, basically this guy puts me and Itai in a group chat, cusses my life out. I'm sending someone to your house right now to collect the payment. I don't give a F who your dad is and how big he is. I'm gonna send 3 bigger dudes. You're a con artist, this, that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? First of all, I made that guy almost 30 grand in less than 2 months. I mean, a little over 2 months. And I was giving him all my cars. Like anytime he had a date, like he took my cars, and like I was more than happy to give it to him because he was a very generous person himself. Very happy, generous, good guy. So anyway, I was like, I shoot him a text. I'm like, first of all, I don't know a con man who makes somebody 30 grand in like 2 months and gives them a bunch of supercars to drive around at will. But like, well, why the fuck are you calling me that? Boom, blocked. I'm instantly blocked. I call Itai while he's in Thailand. Hey, bro, listen, who the fuck is this? Like, well, what the fuck is all this about? He's like, oh man, well, don't worry about this guy. He does rugs and he's bipolar, this, that. I'm like, all right, man, well, that doesn't really explain why he's going off on me and not you. It's like, oh, don't worry, man. I've known him for so long. I've known him since I was young. I'm going to smoothen this out, bro. Don't worry. He's going to talk to you and unblock you. He just goes through phases like this. I'm like, okay, man, I still don't feel good about it. So come to find out, the following day after Itai caused that whole scene at the house, right? He basically, I felt inclined. I was like, hey, listen, you know what? I feel wrong for not paying that guy that month. I'm going to go and pay him the cash. I'm going to go straight to his house. I call him from a text-free number. I'm like, hey, man, listen, I know we may have our differences, but I do want to pay you what I owe you. May I drop the cash off to your house at this time? He's like, sure, no problem. And he was actually somewhat reasonable. So I come to his house with the cash. I have him count it. And as soon as he counts it, I take it out of his hands and I put it on the table. I'm like, listen, man, before I give this to you, I have a question to ask you. Why would you be so disrespectful towards my father? And why are you calling me a con man when you know I've done nothing but clean business? I've made you a lot of money. I'm giving you all my cars to drive around. He's like, okay, well, listen, man, I do have a lot to tell you. And this is after, by the way, I explained to him how everything happened, how Bree kind of fucked us out of all of our money. And I was in a tough financial position at the time, and that's why I kind of ducked his calls for a week. He told me basically a lot of shit that Itai's been telling him. Itai basically told this guy, the reason why we didn't make the payment is because I'm a con artist. I take all the money for the rentals. I don't make the car payments, and I spend it on traveling and extravagant dinners. Those were his words. And he was like, Itai is so full of shit. This guy literally claims that, you're doing all the traveling, you're doing the extravagant dinners. Itai traveled more than you. He thinks I don't know that. My daughter watches your videos. Itai went to Coachella. You didn't go to Coachella.
I want to be very clear, and they're going to say I cut you off, but I heard this recording. However, in the state of California, you cannot, it's two-party state. Both people have to know and all of these things. So I can verify, and y'all can either trust me or not. I know a lot of people don't trust me anymore, but I can verify that I heard this, and what he is saying is what was said in the conversation. Okay, you can continue.
Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, long story short, where did I leave off?
I don't know. Somebody remind us. You had just said that he said about the dinners, about saying you went on extravagant dinners and all this.
He was like, the only trip I saw you take was to Miami, and you took that with him. So he's like, if anything, he's just as wrong as you are in this situation. It's like, listen, man. First of all, I'm not doing that. I literally paid you about 30 grand. I'm telling you, in over 2 months. Like that's a significant amount of money, especially from the amount of cars we had. Well, one of my supporters is telling me I'm giving a lot of details, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm an open book. I'm just gonna say it how it is.
I think the best thing, I mean, and I've told you this, is honesty is always the best policy. And I know they're going to say you're a fucking liar. I saw somebody say you were looking to the side a lot. I don't.
There's nothing here, guys.
I don't make eye contact either. So I get like, some people just aren't, they don't like that. So it is a little weird to, yeah.
You guys are trying to make something out of like literally everything. I'm just like, I'm looking everywhere. I'm not, there's nothing here for me to read if you guys think I'm reading something or whatever.
It's a lot to read if you are reading that.
Right? So anyway, so basically this guy said like, you know what, Itai's always been like this. He's never taken accountability for as long as I've known him. This is just how he is. And he's like, listen, man, I apologize. I could see now you're telling the truth and we're cool. And yeah, big detail. So this is where I found Itai was actually scamming me. So this guy who's very close to Itai's family and financially tied to Itai's family sent us a partner. Oh, wow. Well, Itai is actually texting.
Oh, nice. Hello, person I don't know.
He's a little scared that I'm coming out with details, so I'm sure he's watching this.
Hi, Itai. You're welcome on anytime.
Anyway, so, gosh, where'd I leave off? Okay, so anyway, this guy who's very heavily tied to Itai and his family financially has a business partner who owns half his businesses with him, okay? And this guy was renting a car from us for his girlfriend, okay? And we're hooking him up with a super homie deal because he's a very good connected person. I'll say it like that, okay? And we're hooking him up with a homie deal. This guy's been renting the car for I think like 4 months now, if I'm not mistaken. And ever since the first month, I've never seen a payment for that car. Or maybe it's first or second month. He maybe made 2 payments on the car that went into our joint account. So basically, I asked him since I was there, I was like, also, by the way, bro, before I leave, this guy has a lot of money. This guy drives an $800,000 car. Why hasn't he made payments for the last 2 months? He's like, hasn't made payments. Keep in mind, I'm sorry to keep backtracking, but I'm forgetting a lot of details because this is a lot of information. I've been asking Itai for like over a month, like, hey man, what's going on with this car payment? Why hasn't it been made? He's like, oh, I don't know, bro. We should go repo it. Like, I don't know why this guy's not making payments. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. This guy's rich. Like, why don't we just talk to Mike? Even though we're not on Mike's good graces, let's just pay him and ask him where this guy's payments at. It's like, yeah, man, no, well, whatever it is, let's just go repossess a car. And every time I'd say, all right, when are we repossessing it? He'd kind of switch topics and he'd kind of like throw me off. He never gave me a concrete date. So anyway, long story short, after I paid this guy and I was at his house, I took the opportunity to be like, hey, so like, what's up with your friend? Why is he not making the car payments? He's like 2 months behind now. And by the way, I have receipts of me texting Itai's brother and Itai like, hey, where's the payment? Why is the payment not made? And them telling me, oh, I don't know where it's at. I don't know why he's not making the payment. What this guy proceeds to tell me is his business partner has been paying on time every month. And not only paying on time every month, the last month he sent 2 months worth of payments to Itai. Or not to Itai. They thought it was going to our joint account, right? So I'm like, hey, respectfully, bro, like I believe you, but I kind of need to see receipts because Itai's been telling me otherwise and saying this guy's not been making payments. Like, I hope you understand. I just want to see it for my own eyes. And he calls the guy on the spot and says, hey, man, listen, have you been making payments? He's like, yeah, bro. As a matter of fact, exactly like he said, I made 2 payments this month. But you know what? We're just going to prorate it for the next month. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, hey, I get on the phone. I'm like, hey, man, like, if you don't mind, can you please send screenshots of that? It's not that I don't believe you. It's just this Itai's been lying to me and saying he hasn't received it. So sure enough, Itai received 3 payments for $1,600 and didn't tell me anything. Didn't tell me a single word. He pocketed the money. And in fact, this guy even sent me screenshots of Itai confirming that he received the payments every time. So it's not like Itai.
And I've seen those receipts as well. And I have told Jordan that when he's ready to send me all that and post it, I will be glad to post it and share it.
Those receipts I'll send to you right after it's live.
Yeah, perfect. So,
yeah, that's that in regards to that. So what I end up doing is, I want to read the text. Fuck. It's on another phone. Oh man. You know what? If I pause this live and I send them to Zach and have read it off his phone, is that possible, or is that gonna end it?
I think you can pause it.
Okay, give me a sec, guys. Let me just pull up the text.
You're good. Just summarize it possibly. So listen, I have seen all of these receipts. I want to be clear. I have seen these receipts. So I'm not here to sway you one way or the other. I don't care who y'all choose to believe. This is Jordan's side of the story, and he has agreed to send them to me, and I will Itai to the front of the class, sir. I told Itai that I would do an interview with him. And I tried to tell him, hey, bro, I know you're messaging all these other T pages. You need to be careful. Like, I gave him a fair warning about that. Like, some of these people, are very, just like I'm in Jordan's pocket, they are very, very in Bree's. Hey, welcome back.
All right, so I'm here with some receipts. I just realized the text messages between me and him have the names of everybody. So I have to figure out a creative way to, maybe can you cross it out with like a pen, all the names? Yeah, sorry.
And you can always, if you want to wait or whatever.
Kayl1e, let's go.
Oh, shit. Hey. That's why I said they got to change their name to Vale and Kayl1e's bunk bed bugs now, because we're getting bunk beds.
Bugs is crazy. That's funny. Yeah, so no, this is fine just for the text message between me and him. But yeah. Anyway, I want to show them this real quick. Not this one. The message between me and Itai.
Hey, I got a really big question.
Yeah.
Where do you go in Hollywood to get your lip fillers?
Actually, thank God, the future best man at my wedding owns med spas, so he does it for free.